Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Chad here with Cruiseville Adventures. Going to do a little walk around tour. It's supposed to rain either today or tomorrow, so wanted to see the garden as it looks, or at least the flower bed around the house. Got our daylilies. We do have a few that are blooming. Put mulch down here. Still have a few things to plant. Julia Child's rose. That willow tree is looking kind of rough. Of course, we have Morla's little cage here. There she is. Put some of the monkey grass that we pulled up and put it in her cage. And then we have some Supertunia Bubblegum Vista that we put in the natural type soil. That way we can pull those off and let her eat them without a bunch of fertilizer and stuff mixed in. She loves petunias. Here we have a bunch of Sunshine Ligustrum. This is, I believe, a limelight hydrangea, or maybe a dwarf version. We moved that from where we're letting some grass grow. Those are evening primrose that are all coming back from last year. These are the ones, if you ever find them, they open in just a few minutes as it starts to get dark. Crepe myrtle. We'll be doing a video soon about trimming some of these up a little bit. Just lots of yellow here. Got the dwarf Loropetalum. Now these may be coming up. These are Mexican petunias, and they will take over. They actually planted these down in a pot, so they haven't went too far, which is good, but I don't want them to take over the flower bed. They're almost impossible to get out once they spread. Have purple flowers though, and butterflies do love them. As you can see, kind of the pattern that this was done with. Got your nice deep purple Loropetalums with the evergreens here. And then more Sunshine Ligustrum. Hear those birds singing. Got the sun just coming up over the woods. We're gonna do a video of this crepe myrtle as we actually, I think, are gonna cut most of those branches off and have it just as one tree, make it look more like a tree because it has one big branch on it. Then we have these radiant Sebelias. All of these need trimming, but I'm not gonna do it quite yet. I'm gonna kind of figure out the best way to do that. I don't want them to be like perfect shapes either. I'd like them to look kind of natural as we trim them. There's our new Japanese maple. It is, what does that say? I'll say that wrong, hold on. The Tamakiyama, I believe. But just a very pretty contrast with the different colors. And this is a camellia we got. So we'll have some early blooms next year in the end of winter. We did a video of these. These are doing great. In another couple weeks, they'll be doubled in size. Take over this whole basket. These are our painted concrete planters with some super petunias in it. We just fertilized all these. These are just from last year right here. Just put them on the ground and just had the grass cut, as you can see. Need to blow that off. But these are starting to come back from last year. So I'm just gonna let those sit there till I decide what to do with that. Here's another one, matching. More sunshine ligustrum, and then we have our second. These are their sweet alyssums, white knight, and something else. I'll put the names on here as we go. All proven winners, everything as far as annuals go. We put another camellia over here on this side as well. This little guy, we cleaned it up and it is coming back. We thought it might be almost dead. Painted this statue as well the other day. Little Savannah girl, we say, from the Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil book cover. And put some mealworms in there for the bluebirds. And these have just grown massively. So these are those radiant Sebelias. Need to get in there and get some of the grass growing, some of that taller grass, but we got most of it, so that'll be much easier this time. And then over here we have our butterfly bushes. These are all proven winners. These are the dwarf varieties. I think Pugster, maybe pink, Pugster white, Pugster pinker, Pugster blue maybe. There's several varieties in here. But these are the later growers of the season, so they're just getting going. As you can see, they're just starting to do that, and those buds will be as long as my finger, or those flowers, once they really get going. These are so easy to take care of. They don't want much water, much fertilizer. The deer don't eat them, so just beautiful, and butterflies love them. And they bloom all summer. You can deadhead them almost like roses, just snap off the old spent blooms and they'll make more. This is how we're probably gonna trim the other crepe myrtle, where it's just one trunk coming up. And then we'll clean it up a little bit. Radiant Sebelias. Here we have our hanging baskets that we have done a video on. I believe these are some mini petunias, and also I think those might all be mini petunia vistas. I'll put the names on the screen. It might be super bells also. They might be just the mini petunia vistas. These came back from last year. These are bubblegum super petunia vistas. And was so excited that they all came back. Like, well, just one plant, but as you can see, it's filled out nicely. Coming back here, we added a few things. Oh yeah, you can see these coming up overnight. Bunch of sunflowers in this little tub, little raised bed. So these are dwarf sunflower varieties, so the wind hopefully won't affect them quite as much. They're coming right up. You can still see the seeds on the top. And then these came back for about the, third year now. These are angel trumpets. These things right here have been knocked off the porch when the hammock flies in the wind. And they've been left out in the cold all winter. But they came back again. So that's awesome. And these have those long hanging flowers, which look amazing. We fertilize those just like the annuals that we have. What a beautiful morning. Not too windy. Sun's not out too much yet. This one needs trimming pretty badly. Radiance and Abelia. These are all daylilies. We're gonna probably divide those whenever for the first time. I've never done that before, but that one can probably make about 3 or 4. Oh, we got a daylily bloom. Let's take a look. These are olive trees. We just straightened those up. They had been completely knocked in the wind. Got our bird feeder. That one right there actually notifies you, has a camera in it. We really like that one. Before we get this crepe myrtle, or sorry, daylily. Let you see the pond. Here's our old Christmas tree, which birds have been using it to nest in and just play in, so I haven't moved it yet. Got the new liner on the pool. One of our first daylily blooms. Isn't that pretty? All right, let's keep it going. Look at all those blooms or buds. Got your monkey grass. I don't know what kind of grass this is. It used to have names, I think, when we moved in. I'll try to look it up. If I can find it, I'll put it on the screen. But another olive tree. Same grasses, some monkey grass. You hear our geese over there. These trees are slowly starting to straighten up a little bit after being completely beat up. More daylilies with loads of buds on them. Did a video of these. You see in just a few weeks, a week or two. This thing's already filling out this. That's bubblegum supertunias. We replaced this, so that's new, with another Radiance Abelia. Got this little part. We haven't cleaned that up yet, but transplanted some Dorflora petalum over there. Don't know if they're gonna make it. They were pretty bad looking. And here is some blooms. These are drift roses, sweet drift. Lots of blooms on these. If you can see it, it'll focus. There we go. Loaded with blooms and buds. So look at what it does. This is why I love sweet drift. That is a lot of blooms right there, all together. Got to replace, once I figure out exactly which grass this is, we'll put another one here and here. That olive tree was actually touching the ground. It had blown over so hard and snapped all the stuff holding it. So it's slowly coming back straight. More sweet drift. These 3 will all grow together. I mean, look at all of those buds. My goodness. That's a lot. You can kind of see the pattern that they planted this with originally. Got your Dorflora petalums here. More daylilies, which are about to open. Our second container of bubblegum. And then look at this. This all came back. All that came back from last year. That is Superbena. What is it called? Something white. Superbena more white or white out maybe. Something like that. I'll put the name on here. Got Cat's Meow, Catmint, proven winners. So far these are keeping the Superbenas from taking over completely. I think I'll read up on, if we give this a haircut and video that to make it continue blooming the rest of the summer. And then because this is so aggressive and we just decided to let it go, I said I know something that can compete with it on this side, not get taken over. And that's, of course, more bubblegum. So these are starting to spread out already. Planted 3 of these here. But yes, this is definitely, you know, between the daylilies in the front and then the tub here, and then you got your purples, which those for some reason are half the size of those. But hopefully they'll get started this year. All right, going on the last little part here. Planted when we transplanted some daylilies. See these all about to open. These are the ones we're trying to decide if we want to move them because they're so close to the pool. Dig these up and transplant them, crepe myrtles. We are at least going to trim these up and kind of clean them up some. Got all the daylilies. This area up here, we planted some grass seed down and been watering that every day. So hopefully that fills in with grass. Because our dogs just ran through it and destroyed anything there. Another Radiant Sibylla. And you remember we did a video on these recently. They're already starting to fill out nicely. Diamond Euphorbia, some Super Bells, some mini Supertunia, mini Supertunias, Creeping Jenny. And then our second one. This one filled out almost as soon as we put it in. Got your Bubblegum Vista, you got your mini Vistas, Supertunias, and your Creeping Jenny on the side. Looking perfect. We did get a few Molly the Collie. That's my girl. Hibiscus, which of course right now there's not a bloom open, but I'll put a picture of what those look like. Got 2 different varieties. There's another one over there. And then our favorite part. Let's back up a little bit here. My favorite part around the house. Our fairy rose garden. So what we have here in the front row going across, are more sweet drift. And then behind them, second row, it's a little bit taller. Sweet drift kind of grow more out and wide. The ones behind them are apricot drift. They tend to grow slightly taller. And then behind those are 2 duet rose trees, white iceberg and burgundy iceberg. And those actually have scent to them. They smell. So add a little bit of fragrance to the rose garden. Go up to the fairies. We painted the fairies a few years ago. This one was the original fairy we painted. Love this fairy. Look at those blooms. My goodness. That's why I wanted to go ahead and do this video before it rained. We have our sunflower fairy, which another favorite. And eventually we have one final fairy I'm gonna paint and put it right back here on the concrete. So we've got 4, one overlooking the others. Another fairy over there. Look at that. It's a lot of blooms. And this is not all of them. The front ones, Sweet Drift, still haven't opened up all the way. Now the apricots, they're pretty much just about in full flush right now. You see the difference slightly. They do have similarities in how they look. The Sweet Drift here. Then your apricot drift. I just love these blooms. Look at that. How about that? Don't get much better than that. And as soon as these, you know, kind of get done, these right here will be in full flush for a few more days after that. Wow. And get a little closer. Hey, Molly, I see you. I see you. There's up close of our iceberg. It's funny to me, these are both the same thing, but look how this burgundy is a little bit more purpley pink, lighter color. And then look at these over on this one, dark purple. Same thing though, bought them at the same place, and all they are is a few feet apart, but such a different color. All right, folks, if you like this video, click like, subscribe, share it with your friends. We'll be back real soon with lots more updates and plantings. Bye-bye.